in the autumn of 1759, the fate of an entire continent narrowed to a stretch of open ground just outside the walls of Quebec. The Plains of Abraham were quiet fields overlooking the St. Lawrence River, unremarkable in appearance, yet destined to decide the future of North America. For years, Britain and France had fought across the world in what was becoming a truly global war. In North America, the struggle was for control of rivers, trade routes, and alliances with indigenous nations. New France, anchored by Quebec, was the heart of France's presence on the continent. If it fell, the empire would follow. Quebec was considered impregnable. Its cliffs rose sharply from the river. French commanders believed no army could scale them under fire. British forces had spent months failing to break the city, suffering disease, exhaustion, and frustration as winter approached. Then, before dawn on September 13th, everything changed. Under cover of darkness, British soldiers silently drifted along the river in small boats. They climbed a narrow, steep path guarded by a handful of sentries who were quickly away. By sunrise, an entire army stood on the plains above the city, deployed in perfect order. The French commander Louis-Joseph de Montam faced a terrible choice. He could wait for reinforcements or attack immediately. He chose speed. The French line advanced across the open field, drums beating, flags raised. The British held their fire. When the French closed in, the British unleashed a single, devastating volley. The impact shattered the French advance. Both commanders were struck down. James Wolfe, mortally wounded on the field, Montcalm dying later in the city. The battle lasted less than an hour. Quebec fell soon after, with it went France's dream of a continental empire in North America. Within 4 years, the Treaty of Paris would formally hand Canada to Britain. The consequences were immense. British rule reshaped Canada's political and cultural future. French language, law, and religion survived, but under a new authority. The balance of power shifted decisively in Britain's favor. For the American colonies to the south, the victory carried an unintended consequence. With France gone, Britain no longer needed colonial protection in the same way. Taxes rose, control tightened, resentment grew. The Plains of Abraham did not just decide a battle. They cleared the path for a new world, one where British power dominated. French influence endured in memory, and the seeds of American independence quietly took root.